I'm just joking, I don't read like this. Hi, my name is Gunther, and on this channel I usually do silly little book related videos. But this time around, I decided I was going to do something a little different. In this video, I'm doing a review on the most iconic series there is. The series that has been on the top of my reading lists probably since the beginning. And that iconic series is none other than The Hunger Games.
I volunteer! I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute!
The other day when I went to the bookstore, as any sane reader does to get their fix, I saw these absolutely gorgeous books. And when I took a closer look, I realized that it was The Hunger Games Deluxe Edition. And then in that moment, I knew that somehow, sometime, these books were going to be mine. And then one afternoon, I was surprised by them by my family as a gift. And right there I knew I couldn't simply read these books, I had to document them. So welcome to my channel. You're watching me document The Hunger Games. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how absolutely beautiful these books are? I mean, have you ever seen something more beautiful? I don't think I've ever had a book that's this pretty. It's so simple and the colors contrast each other beautifully. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but the edges on the leaves, they have these golden outlines. The back of the book has this very simple design, and then also the sprayed edges on the pages. I mean, look how beautiful this is. Oh, and also, it's one of these floppy books. The pages can open up all the way without you worrying about any crease forming. It's wonderful and I love it. I absolutely love it.
We laugh till the plates go cold. You know my favorite road. You text like you already know when my day feels low. Your jacket on my chair.
At this point in the story, I'm halfway through the book, and means this is such a good book. I'm really loving it. The story is so interesting and unique, and the world building is lovely. Like, I love the way that it's set in a dystopian America. I mean, most dystopian books is set in America, but in this story it feels like it really is America. That I love how the country is split into a city and 12 districts, where the districts are oppressed by this one city. I love the way that the Hunger Games is a means of oppression, and that it's a way to show the people that they've tried a revolution before, they couldn't even try it again. But all that is only world building. The actual story from Katniss's perspective is what makes this book so good. In this world, all the events are already established. I mean, the characters know what's going on in each event, and this leaves the reader in the dark. And the writer could have just told us exactly what goes on in every single event, but instead what she does is she tells us a little bit and then she shows us the rest. And when I talk about the events, I mean like the point system, the reading of the names, the parade through the city, these events that we actually know nothing about, but to the characters in the story, this is something that's been going on for their entire lives. So Katniss has a basic understanding of what happens in each event leading up to the actual Hunger Games. And because of this, she actually becomes a conduit for information to be told to the audience. Then, after the reader has been given this foundation of what each event entails, the story can continue and build upon this foundation given to us by actually showing us what we've been told. So then, in a way, we become like the citizens, knowing about the games, knowing about each event, seeing it on the screen, hearing about it, but not knowing fully what goes on during each event. We only know what we've been told, what we've been shown. And after this, we become a participant through Katniss. So instead of now being just told about the event, we actually experience it firsthand along with Katniss. I also realized that the writer does show and tell differently in different parts of the book. So in some cases we are told and then we're given the space to assume. Like, we are told that Katniss is a hunter. She goes into the forest and hunts for food, and she's been doing this for a long time. And in another scenario, Peter actually tells us that every squirrel that she trades has been shot in the exact same place. And this leaves the reader to go, huh, she must be very good with a bow and arrow then. And I really like this approach to writing, because usually we only get a show and tell type of writing, but here we are kind of told, and it's left to the reader to assume. And I don't see this type of writing a lot, and I'm all for it. And another thing that I also realized is that the scenes that are described, the writer doesn't go fully into depth, and it makes the reading experience actually so much better, because she tells us what we need to know. She gives us the foundation of what these scenes or scenarios entail, and then she leaves the readers to fill in the blanks. And I love this, because with a lot of other books, I feel like the writer tries to explain every single detail in this space that we'll only see for a few pages. And then it becomes so confusing, and you kind of get lost in the writing of what we're supposed to see. And in this book, she tells us, okay, this is there, you are allowed to decide what you see. And I love this. But that's all I have for now. I have to read the rest, and I'll catch you then.
Your name in my weekend plans. I keep it cool, I play pretend, but it's getting hard, my friend. I smile, then I look away. There's more I want to say if I reach for.
Here the reader are doing for a cringy reenactment of Rue's death scene. Yes, look at that shock, eh?
So here I'm at the part in the story where Katniss and Peter are in the cave together. And it's here where Katniss is actually falling in love with Peter. Though it's out of necessity that she has to act like she falls in love with him, she actually does fall in love with him. And that's where I realized that this story uses this trope that it's not often seen in a lot of other stories, but even then, it's unique. This trope is done in a unique way in this book. And that is the pseudo lovers to real lovers trope. There are other stories that also uses this trope, like To All the Boys I've Loved Before, where the two characters, they have to act like they are in love, but later on in the story they actually fall in love, and the same happens in this book. They are actually in a way enemies, forced to act like they are lovers to aid in their survival. And they shouldn't actually be real lovers, because in the end either one of them or both of them will die, but Katniss falls in love anyways. And there's this one sentence in the book that actually encapsulates this idea very well. It's on page 301, and it reads, "For a moment, I'm almost foolishly happy, and then confusion sweeps over me, because we're supposed to be making up this stuff, playing at being in love, not actually being in love." And this sentence actually sums up perfectly what their relationship has been throughout the book. They both know they should only fake this love. They know it's futile to actually fall in love for real. But here the pseudo lovers actually become real lovers. And also just to add, like, the storyline took it to the place where they allowed this to happen, because the game makers announced that there can be two people from the same district that can survive the games. So I feel like throughout the story, Katniss had this thing in the front of her head that said, you are not allowed to fall in love with Peter, you are not allowed to do this, you are not allowed to do that, because there's this very real chance that she won't survive. So she kind of held herself back from a lot of stuff until this point where the game makers said that he basically said they are allowed to fall in love, because he wanted the viewers, the audience, to be more engaged, because they wanted this narrative of star-crossed lovers, and these lovers, they ended up together and it's a happy ending. So it allowed Katniss to fall in love. And yeah, so I just wanted to tell you guys about this trope and the way that this book makes this trope unique. Back to reading.
Will you understand? Maybe you feel it too. Maybe you feel it too.
just finished the book and I'm not reg. I'm sitting here on my sister's bed and she asked me if I'm okay because I was literally hyperventilating. Like, what is that ending? Why was it like that? That was not an ending of a book. That was an ending of a paragraph. Like, what the flap?
Hey. Hey. How y'all doing?
So, it's been like a month or 9 months later, but so I don't really remember everything that I've thought about the book, but luckily for me, I wrote it down. So I'm just gonna basically read from my script. And also, I'm in my sister's room again. Say hello, sister, she's here.
Hello, everyone, again.
Okay, we got some lights. Yes, so now you can see me better. Anyways, so I wanted to bring up this other book. It brings forth this idea that the universe conspires to help you achieve anything that you want to achieve. And this really applies to Katniss and Peter because it's like everything conspires to help them win. And that book is called The Alchemist. And I don't think you know it. It's not that popular, eh? When we look at Katniss specifically, her circumstances made her into this incredible hunter, basically. And it gave her the edge to win the Hunger Games, right? And she has this incredible stylist that made her into this iconic figure called the Girl on Fire. And then also she had Peter on her side, which gave them this survival strategy because of this romance thing that they have going on. And then if we look at Peter, it's like everything that he does is the right thing, even if it's on accident. Like somewhere in the Hunger Game, while they were in the event, he picked berries because he thought it was safe to eat, but then it turned out that it was poisonous. And in the process, he got another tribute eliminated, totally on accident. And he also just has this way with the crowd and with the audience that just captures their hearts, and which gave them sponsorships. So it's like everything that they do, and it's like everyone and everything conspires to help them win this Hunger Games. And that's why the last paragraph in this book feels so disorientating to me. And it's also the reason why I reacted the way I did in the previous clip. So the last dialogue line is from Peter, and he says, "One last time." And it almost feels like he's trying to say that they only have to do this lover's act one last time. Like he didn't actually have a crush on Katniss. Like, almost like he's saying that he planned out this entire lover's act as a survival strategy, instead of it being an accidental, honest thing. But you know what, I might just be reading into it a bit too deeply, because maybe he's just saying that they have to do this act in front of the camera one last time, and from here on out they can just be free in private, you know. But anyways, it's like a really good cliffhanger ending. I really like the book, actually. But on that note, that's it for me. Please like and subscribe, and if you made it all the way to the end, please send a comment of a bow and arrow emoji so that I can know who the real ones are. And it's my sister, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone shut up. Okay, I don't know where I went. I feel like I'm walking in circles again. It went so well. Flap up. Can we just take a moment to can we just and there I go with my arms again. Oh my, got a dom. I'm suckling. Wow, good stuff.